Hey.
Orcs and other inherently evil races, like goblinoids, in general, are often used as stand-ins, right, for black people, Asian people, disabled people, Jewish people, etc.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Oh my God, please.
This is not the face of the hobby anymore. And I think there's been mistakes made in years past where people assumed that D&D players were all, white dudes in a basement, which has been a faulty assumption for a lot of years and gets more and more false every day. And so it's, in my viewpoint, honestly, guys like me can't leave soon enough. The guys like me can't leave soon enough.
Not to fear, little children. I will help.
I can't do it. We'll do it live.
Okay.
No. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. And thing sucks.
And here we go.
And we're live. I see you smiling. You like that when the angel.
Yeah,
fell
that's
out.
good. That's good. I like the intro. I have seen it before, by the way, so I just wasn't sure
change it up.
how it is. Looking at it from this end, on this end of the screen.
Oh, I got to pull up my damn. Let me pull up my stream on my other, where I can see my chat.
Okay.
See who's in my chat. Welcome everybody. This is RPGrandPa. This is no. Let me introduce it. Go ahead, man. This is your baby.
So we are the Rick and James Bitch OSR tabletop live stream. This is going to be a show, and then I also thought of the OSR is a hell of a drug. Which it certainly is when you think about a positive drug. All right, one that will get you addicted to OSR gaming. Once you dip your toes into it and you start delving deeper and deeper into the OSR, I think that you will be captured into it and see what we all love so much about it. And I welcome both old players and new to the hobby of tabletop role-playing games, and in particular to the OSR, as well as independent gaming as well. But if you're still a mainstream gamer and you want to stick to, whether it's 5e or Pathfinder or, I guess Call of Cthulhu would be just a different genre, but the most prominent mainstream of that different genre, then you're certainly welcome to follow along as well.
Very well said.
All right, so when I learned that RPGrandPa is his name was James, and then I was like, hey, Rick and James, and it just big Dave Chappelle fan, and I was like, all right, and there we go.
His name was his idea.
Yes,
I'm along for the ride.
Yeah. So, and I love the fact that you have the ability to put together thumbnails as quickly as you did, because it was like, let's get, and you came out with 2 great thumbnails, but we figured we were going to talk about the OSR this time around, and in particular OSE, and the first one was the one I was like, all right, we'll go with that one. Now, another thing is that Rick and I are, I'm Rick. James and I, I'm not used to calling myself Rick. So that's the other thing. James and I, we're not going to be doing this regularly on a Friday, because Friday is Grognard's Assemble.
Yep.
So that's what we're normally doing, but half of our group is at North Texas Con right now.
Right.
So, and I wish them all, great luck and everything. I'm sure that they'll be streaming probably later on tonight. So we'll catch them and see what they're doing down over there. I'm sure they're having a great time. So anyway, I'll let James, I've spoken enough. Let James jump on in.
We got a long night ahead of us. So no, for those that don't know me, my name is James. I'm RPGrandPa. I run the RPGrandPa tabletop YouTube channel. We primarily focus on old school essentials and BX on my channel. I've always said that if I got trapped on an island and could only have one system, what would it be? And I would have to, I would beat out old school essentials and go with BX, just because I grew up with AD&D in the late 70s, and I guess in my older age, you know how they say the older you get, you kind of go back to your childhood,
right?
And I look at that as a system, BX being a more simple system. As I've grown as a forever DM, I've kind of learned that it's not about the rules; it's about the gameplay,
right?
And that's one reason I've moved away. And don't get me wrong, AD&D First Edition is that's my baby. If I had to pick a system, it'd have to be BX. But as a retro clone, old school essentials is just ridiculously good.
Yes, yeah, I absolutely love it. My desert island, my deserted island, game would be AD&D First Edition, and not just because that was my first or whatever. When I look at it, I just see a complete game. Maybe not like all the best systems of it, but we never ran it, 100% raw anyway. But between those three books, I could run those for the rest of my life and then some, and a second lifetime, and not have any regrets, or any desire to break away from it. Now, because I have so many choices now, of course, I go to other game systems as well. But if I only had the choice of one, AD&D First Edition would be it.
And there ain't nothing wrong with that. Like I say, the very first time I ever played, it was AD&D First Edition. I remember it. I lived in Germany, and our DM was Steve Bennett. I'll never forget it. It's one of those memories to where it was such an impact on you that you just never forget it. And this is 40-something years ago, 45 plus. And we had a 45-minute bus ride from where we lived at to the Frankfurter American. It was called high school, but it had middle school in it. So it was 45 minutes going, 45 minutes coming back home, So that was what, math, hour and a half every day, 5 days a week, religiously. And then, then we had our marathon games on the weekend with a whole different group. And that's when I started DMing. So I didn't start DMing until around 80-ish, 80, 81.
Yeah, I started around the same time. Yeah, so very similar. I mean, I started playing, we started playing in 77 and 78, really started with the, once the player's handbook was out, already the monster manual was out, and then the player's handbook. I think my first DM was Shayana Kadadal, a Hindu, Hindu Indian, and his family was from India, and his father was a surgeon, so very, very well to do in comparison to my background, my family.
Right.
Then my second dungeon master, but another player, at the time in our group, his name was Adam Smith, no relation to The Economist. All right, and again, his father was an engineer for Pan Am, if you remember Pan Am, back then, and so again, their family was pretty well to do. So I as a kid, I was always playing their games. So it wasn't until like 81 that I got the Moldvay box set, and that was my first purchase of the game system. Even though I never ran it back then, but I was like, all right, I got the box set. It was like $15 or something like that.
Right.
Then our other players was Steve Russo, and then David Chan. All right. So my group was and very very different from what the perception is about old school gamers. My group was a very diverse group, right? We were all boys, yeah, fine, but we had an Indian, we had a Jew, we had a Chinese, and a half Italian, half Puerto Rican, and then a mutt myself. You know what I'm saying? So we had a very diverse group. The only thing that we had in common is that we were all, fairly smart, and the two DMs in the beginning were both both top of the class, when they graduated. My first DM actually graduated after 8th grade. He went to college after 8th grade. He skipped the entire high school experience, went right to Duke University. And so that was the one thing we all had in common. We're all boys, and we were all kind of near the top of our class, if not the top of our classes.
Yeah, the thing that I remember most about my first group, the bus ride group, is I only remember 3 of the players, and I kept in touch with them on Facebook. But it's easy to remember because their names were John Brotsman, John Stimmel, and John Waltman.
3 Johns.
And then James. So we had 4 J's, and then we had 2 more players. So it was 6 of us. So we had 3 Johns, a James. And we had a black guy. I can't remember his name. Oh, Otis Armstrong. That was the black guy. And I can't remember the last guy. I lost contact with the last 2. But I worked around them for years, and all of us were real good friends. So, but those are just times you'll never forget. I will never. I mean, I can't remember what I did last week around the house, but I can remember that group from 45 plus years ago. So, I mean, that tells you.
I remember our first game session.
Yeah,
I do. I remember our very first game session. I just don't remember how long my first character lasted, but I think probably only about 2 or 3 sessions before he died. People that
are normal people. I mean, black guys, white. One of my best friends is a black guy. That's just for people that try to be oversensitive and start stuff.
Yeah.
I ain't never been. I grew up as a military brat, and you don't know racism in the military.
No, so, I know. I was just gonna say, I never.
It didn't exist.
I don't do hyphenated American.
Yeah,
you're either an American or you're not.
Right.
Basically. And as a military person as well, it was like we were all green. We were all green like the uniform, and there was no sense of that kind of thing. We're all part of the same crew, same brotherhood.
Yep. But like I said, I'm primarily an OSC guy now for the most part. I'm kind of excited to see about the new 2026. What is it? Revised?
Do they actually call it revised, or they just say the 2020? Well, they don't call it revised. They just say consolidated rules, the core rules consolidation.
I mean, look how 5e went. It went 1 D&D, then it was 5.5, and then it was D&D or 5e 2024 edition. It went through about 3 or 4 names before they just said to hell with it. 5.5. So
yeah, they only say 5.5 online. Only on the on D&D Beyond. Otherwise, who cares?
I don't think they're going to call the revised books the Old School Essentials Advanced Fantasy, like some people were saying. I think they're just going with Old School Essentials.
Yes, I'm looking at the covers now. So they just say Old School Essentials, Player's Book, and Referee's Book.
So it'll just be Old School Essentials, which I mean that's what I call it anyway. Don't matter if I'm saying classic or. And I guess I'm using advanced because I use racial classes and core classes. So, I mean, I just use all of them.
It's the same. I'm looking at the earlier printings of it, right? So, my hardcover here, and my hardcover is so for the referee's tome, which I'm holding up here. So this one here is 245 pages of content. That includes the indexes, right?
Is that the advanced?
So not the open gaming license. And the new ones are going to be 256 pages. All right. So
are you holding the
that's
advanced
about
one now?
10 extra pages in the referees and the player's book. Let's see. Almost the same thing. Exactly the same thing.
What are you looking at? Advanced now?
Yeah, I'm looking at the advanced. So I'm looking at the advanced. So the new books they're going to be about 10 pages longer each. 10 pages longer than the previous printings. Now, I don't know what that really accounts for. I mean, they do say, and I'll go down the list here, that there is new art. Around 200 new illustrations, including illustrations for every class and race, lots more monsters, and a set of beautiful color paintings by Jacob Fleming. So maybe there's your 10 pages right there. All right. They added a lot of new art. Introductory material and examples, a complete rewritten introduction, plus dozens of new examples of rules and gameplay, including fully detailed examples of creating a wilderness region, base town, and dungeon. I'm sorry, did you?
Jeff.
Oh. Hey,
y'all from North Texas.
Y'all from North Texas.
What up, Jeff?
Good to see you. Good to see you, Jeff.
What the hell are you doing with Dan?
Yep. So I will be seeing both of them in a week from today. We will be at Central New York RPG Con.
Let's put this on. There we go. Now I can keep up with it better.
Yeah. So let's see. What else do we have here? A glossary and index.
There you are, brother. Good to see you. Look at Jeff. I mean, there's a whole lot of speculation. I mean, people are really just guessing. There's a lot of people that seem like they act like they know what's coming, but they don't. Nobody knows. The books ain't even printed yet. All we've got to go by is a brief guideline of what they're saying they're going to do in the new books. I mean, they're like, we're going to reword some stuff to get away from the OGL. And I mean, okay, I get that, but we don't know what they're gonna, how they're gonna go about doing it. I mean, just like me and you were talking pre-stream, like with Troll Lord, how they just went and just done this thing and just kind of wrecked what they were trying to go for. And I'm just whoops. Let me get him there. There we go. Well, we miss you, man. We're trying to carry the torch till you get back.
Yeah.
Tell Mattias, what up?
Yeah. Thank you, my ear trumpet. I can't highlight it here from this interface.
We went through this with Dan. I was trying to figure out and that's one reason I'm thinking about transferring over to Restream, because StreamYard does not let you, like if I have you on, it won't let me give you mod status to where you can highlight stuff.
All right.
Yeah, so yeah, guys, I apologize, you folks. It's over in Richard's stream.
I can bounce back and forth between the two, but I still can highlight even on that end because I can't highlight directly from YouTube.
Right.
So, but it's fine.
Yeah, me and Dan tried to figure it out loud because me and him do our every Saturday stream.
Right.
So I'm like, well, you're a regular you're kind of like a co-host. So I'm gonna try to figure out how to, and I couldn't. They won't let you do it. So the only way that you can get mod status is if you log in on my account, which is, I mean, that don't make no sense.
No, you can't do that.
So I just ain't have time. For the first time in my life, I've got a green thumb. I've been in the yard.
Nice.
And I've been in I bought this new house, and there's flower beds everywhere. I mean, it's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
But God, you're just out there constantly. I think I've caught up to weeds. I was going out every day with a Walmart plastic bag, just filling up a bag every day until I finally got through all the damn weeds. But I just been real busy and haven't had really much time to sit down with Restream yet. So I'm probably going to transfer over to Restream though. It's a little bit more expensive than StreamYard, but
well, it depends on which version you get of it, because I don't think you're going to need more than the $19 one, to be honest with you.
No, I got the stream in 1080, and that's the $19 one is 720. I can't do 720. No. So I'd have to go with and I think it's $4 more than StreamYard, but I like how you can make someone where they can highlight and do stuff. And I like with this, I had to do custom layouts just so I could fit our cameras on and have chat up.
Oh, really?
Or it wouldn't overlap your camera. So I mean, I like it, but it's not, it's got too many issues. So,
yeah.
But yeah, yeah, and that's a question too. You're going to be North Texas? No, I will not. I'm gonna miss a lot of I'm probably gonna miss a lot of cons this year because I've got so much to do around here. I still haven't got all my stuff transferred over to Florida from Georgia. So yeah. And down here, they ain't playing. They don't you can't go in there, get your driver's license done and all that. And they're just like, yeah, come on in, man. We'll hook you right up. You got to have your original birth certificate and bills that you showing you live here. And then you got to dance. And I mean, Florida don't play. So yeah, you're going to be a red-blooded American if you get driver's license down here. So, but no, now next year I'm going to start trying. I should be settled. Everything will be good. Right. And I'm going to try to start going to cons. I don't know if I'll go all up around New York and stuff. That's a little out of my way. But Texas and Georgia, like Dragon Con, I'd like to go to. And then all of them in Florida, I'm going to hit. MegaCon's one I really want to go to next year. Because I watch live streams of it every year.
Will they cut me some slack?
Telling you, boy, they don't play. But I mean, that's good. I ain't mad at them. So, but so yeah.
The all veterans that have never seen combat, you enjoy on those free checks. What? I don't understand.
That have never seen combat.
What free checks do you get?
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Neither do I.
he's got it worded.
Yeah, I don't get a pension, to be honest, from the military.
Right.
I did not retire from the military. I did 8.5 years. That included one extension, a 6-month extension, because I was like, I took an opt out when they disbanded my unit. They were disbanding my unit because, if you all forget that in 1992, that's when they were really downsizing the military. The first Persian Gulf War was kind of a blip that they weren't expecting, right? And so 92 rolled around, and they were, in the process of downsizing. And the first Persian Gulf War went so fast that they started turning to us and said, hey, you can switch to reserve if you like, for an extra 6 months of time tacked on of IRR time. So I was like, okay, that seemed fine to me, since the whole shebang was done so fast. And, but when it came time to the end, I was like, IRR never made sense to me. I was like, no, just go in anyway. I was like, so I ended up doing 8.5 years, but no retirement, no direct combat at all. Thankfully, I knock on wood. No, only a brief deployment. Once potential for a second deployment. Again, a second time around. That was for Bosnia, and that unit got disbanded before we got shipped out. So it was at that time, that those couple years time, they were phasing out reserve units left and right.
I never served in the military, but I served 28 years in law enforcement, working in the state of Georgia, state law enforcement. And I got hurt on the job in the line of duty, fighting a bad guy. So now I'm drawing a disability pension from my job, and I'm drawing medical disability from Social Security. So, but I got mine legit.
But yep, thank you for your service to your community and your state and everything. And I almost went to police route because I was in a military police unit, so it was almost, but I ended up teaching instead.
I followed my daddy's footsteps, because when he retired from the military in 85, and then we came back to Georgia, or that's where his parents lived. And then he went and served 20 years in city law enforcement. And I ended up going state, but I followed my daddy's footsteps before he passed away last year. So, yeah, I mean, it was rough. I mean, I got a lot of fond memories, met a lot of awesome people, had some scary moments, but I mean, it's just, like I say, military and law enforcement. Somebody's got to do it.
Yep, so, that's right. I would throw fire department in there as well. I mean, God, they probably put their lives on the line more so than most of us did. To be honest,
I got a friend that works fire department, and nothing. I mean, I've seen some horrible videos of bad situations. I did fire department for 2 years before I got into law enforcement. And being a fireman, no. I went into a burning building. We was trying to put the fire out, and it got out of control. And so we backed out, and it weren't 15 seconds after we backed out, right where we standing, that had a big ass central air unit in the ceiling, and it fell right where we was standing. I walked back to the fire station, got my shit, and got in the car and left. I said, I'm not cut out for it. So then I went law enforcement and picked up a gun. Go figure. So
most of my combat was a middle school teacher in an inner city school system, the South Bronx, for 26 years. That was combat, I'm telling you. Just going through that time. As a matter of fact, in the same neighborhood that Eric Tenkar was a police sergeant, over in the 41st precinct.
Yeah, I just recently figured out I found out he was in law enforcement. So I haven't sat down.
Yeah, he was. And we were same time too in the same community. That same section of the Bronx, and that section of the Bronx was no freaking joke, as Deplorable says. Yeah, that place was no joke at all. I know when I was into my second year and I walked into the bodega, and first of all, everybody always mistook me for a police officer because I was so fresh out of the military, and again, I just carried myself, and I was like probably one of the rare white guys that were in the area that, kind of had that look and, and was not a cop. So they always assumed that I was a cop, and, but when I went in there and one of the people recognized me as a teacher from over there, they were like, "You're still there?" And I was like, "Yeah, I've only been there for 2 years." They were like, we never see teachers there for 2 years. It was like, it was just bizarre to them, so after 19 years in that building, they were like, "Oh, damn." It's like you've pulled a whole year, a whole career in the same place practically. So it was a lot of fun though. I absolutely loved it.
I don't have any patience for kids.
Yeah. I didn't have patience for younger kids. Like I had to teach a 5th grade class one time and I had them crying. I was like, no, I mean, I can't function without sarcasm. It's like, and 5th graders they don't understand sarcasm. They just cry. I was like, no, put me back in the 8th grade. I can't have 5th grade classes.
Yeah.
But 8th grade was no joke. I mean, I had a 20-year-old 8th grader. He was fresh out of Rikers Island. He had to do 6 months before he can go for his GED. So he had never set foot in an 8th grade class before, because he was doing time for a murder as a juvenile, and he came to us as a 20-year-old. They were like, he's just going to be here for about 4 months, 5 months. That's all he needed to get his GED and move on out.
I think I got out at the right time. I just today, the way the world is now, I mean, well, the way the country is now, I don't know. I'm glad I got out when I did, because it hadn't gotten it didn't. I medically retired in 2022, and it hadn't really got really bad then, not like it is now. So,
yeah.
But anyway,
let's get back to old school essentials.
That's what I'm saying.
Right? So
we appreciate everybody's service.
Yes.
Firemen, teachers, everybody. We appreciate it.
Except for politicians and lawyers. Those are
and judges.
So, but anyway, let's see. So some of the other things they have in here, because I've been getting a lot of people say, "Oh, they're abandoning BX, right? They're abandoning basic experts." So let me read this off. The basic play appendices. An appendix in each book notes which content is derived from basic expert D&D rules and provides additional tables for those seeking a core BX experience. So there you have it. They're not abandoning BX. If anything, they're making it a lot easier for you to identify which parts are from BX if you want to stick to them. Then there are new optional rules where adding a handful of extra optional rules, including training, XP for magic items, hovering at death's door, and a higher hit die types a la AD&D. All right, so maybe your thieves will move on to a D6 instead of a D4.
Let me ask you something, Rich.
Sure.
How do you feel about, just while I'm looking at it too, XP for magic items? How do you feel about that?
I am looking at both, and you know what? I have found that there is a certain amount of liberation as a game master when there's no XP attached to magic items, because now I don't have to worry about, oh, geez, they can't get this because this will blow up the system as far as their leveling is concerned. It's too much. And, but I am going to include in that, yeah, you got a super powerful magic item and maybe you're only 3rd level with this super powerful magic item. Well, other people are going to see that you have this super powerful magic item and they're going to start plotting to take it away from you. All right. So, be careful with what you wish for. So I see that there's a certain element of liberation in like, oh, I don't have to worry so much about, them picking up some magic items along the way. The other way I can kind of hedge that is to just control, like never roll up randomly what magic items are coming out, but kind of plant them appropriately.
Right.
So
see, here's the thing.
I can go either way.
All right. So you get experience points for killing monsters.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, and really, if you think about it, that ain't a lot, really.
No,
it's not. Now, here's another thing. Everybody's like, well, we do gold for XP. Fair. All right. I get that. But and that's now getting gold. It ain't just, okay, we found a treasure with 50,000 gold in it, but we can only tote 300. But we get 50,000. No, you don't. You get experience for the gold that you can carry out of that dungeon and spend. So you're not getting a lot of experience for the gold. And then every now and then some DMs, and I do it too, where you give bonus XP if they do an awesome thing,
Yeah.
But then, so will it really offset the X? And see, here's another thing too. Are they going to base the same XP per item straight out of, which one was it that gave XP? First edition or second?
I think they both do.
They may have. Are they going to go by those numbers?
I mean, I have to grab it and look.
Well, see, they're going against the OGL, so they're going to be changing a lot of stuff. Are they going to go with those numbers, or are they going to come up with their own numbers? See what I'm saying? And
I don't know. I think they should, because the magic items are different. They have different descriptions. They have some different functionality. I think it's a much more streamlined listing of treasure items that are in at least the core books, the 2 core books, or really the 1 core book has a much more truncated listing of magic items. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I'll stand on that. I constantly dabble around with how to issue out experience points, because my players, they're kind of on both sides of the fence there, as far as I want fast, I want to be higher level, but I also don't want to get there too fast because I don't feel like I'm developing my character along the way when they level up that quickly as well. So it's like you can't keep everybody happy. I'm just looking for a happy medium between the two. Yeah. That's why with like combat XP, I don't just give you XP for killing. I give you XP for evading, for negotiating with, for killing, for defeating, for any outcome that you have where you came out on top. That's how you earned experience points. That way you get rid of the murder hobo mentality too, where if I don't kill it, I don't get experience points. No, there's got to be more nuance in that as well.
Just for instance, how my last, which I haven't run a game in over 2 years, so we're going to be doing that. We're firing up our game back with our old group. But the last adventure that I ran, and it was kind of like we were putting a group together with you and Jeff and whoever else was. Anyway, we was trying to put a Middle Earth game together using OSE. And when my father got sick on his deathbed and all that fell apart. But the last game that I ran was Ruined Tower of Xenopus. And that's as old school as you can get from the blue box. So we played 3-hour sessions every other Saturday night, and we played 4 sessions before our cleric ever hit second level. That was the first one to hit. So that's 12 hours of playing using gold for XP and monsters for XP. And it took 12 hours of playing before we had one character hit level 2. So
yeah, that's a lot. That is long, but it is what it is sometimes.
I'm going to look and see like I say, it goes back to what we said before. Everybody's guessing of what's coming. We don't know. We don't know what points, what numbers they're going to roll with for the XP on magic items. Are they going to go with first edition, second edition, or come up with their own? So we don't really know until we get these books. And from what I understand, it's going to be November?
Oh, are they going to be that late?
It's what I heard, but I can't confirm that.
We're adding a handful of extra optional rules, including training, XP for magic items, hovering at death's door. I'll be curious to see what that means. Higher hit die. Yeah, so they don't really see where they're deriving it from. Hopefully they just come up with
the death's door. Ain't that the fancy way of saying 0 unconscious, -10 death?
No. If they're comparing it to because some have you where you're bleeding out. And if they go with like a shadow dark kind of rule, it's like when you go to 0, you basically have four rounds.
Wait, no.
Random 4 rounds before you die.
All right, so a homebrew popular and so character reaches 0 hit points, falls unconscious, and rolls death saving throws. I hope they're not going to bring in 5e mechanics.
Well, a death saving throw is if they're only having you. Yeah, I hope that they don't. You shouldn't have. Well, you see, the problem with the 5e roll, the death saving throws is that you have to fail all 3 in order to die.
And let me find.
I say that, like, if you're going to have a death saving throw, because I do something similar, it's like, all right, you're using I use a system shock check, like using the Constitution system shock. So when you go to a -2, let's say, all right, you're going to roll, and let's say you had a 10 Constitution. Well, you're going to roll system shock based on an 8 Constitution, not a 10, an 8. And every single round that you go, that you lose another point as you're bleeding out, you have to constantly make those system shock checks. Otherwise, you're going to die. Unless, so that's one thing I messed around with. Then I messed around with another one where it's like, nope, once you're, if you have a +2 Constitution bonus, once you get down to -3, all right, you have about 1 round before you're dead. All right. If you went to -6, you're dead. All right. And not even recoverable with a raised dead. That won't work. All right. And beyond -10, even resurrection won't bring you back. Your body is too far destroyed. All right. And I think that's baked into the books anyway. I think that's an old AD&D rule. Below -10, you cannot be resurrected.
I use a house rule for death and unconsciousness. I'm just going to read it straight off my campaign blog. We use this official rule, and we use the official rule in AD&D First Edition with a slight twist. It says a character becoming unconscious at 0 hit points and begins to die, losing 1 hit point per round if left unassisted. In our game, instead of losing 1 hit point per round until death, we do 1d4 hit points, and we still so you roll every round you roll 1d4, and then at -10 you're dead. All right, now if you revive that player character, using like just going over and binding wounds to stabilize. All right. Then you have to have 1 week's bed rest if it's normal, binding wounds or whatever, non-magical. If you bring them back to consciousness using magic, then it's an 8-hour rest. They just can't do anything. Same way with, non-magical. So I haven't used that yet. That is a new system or mechanic that I'm going to try and see how it works. I don't like, I know I get it. Don't be a pussy. 0, you're dead. I don't want to kill my characters off if I ain't got to, but I'm not going to baby them like 5e either. Right. So I tried to find the middle ground where you just you roll a d4 every round and then at -10. And people think, well, all they got to do is go over and blah blah blah, pour a potion down their throat. You don't pour a potion down somebody's throat when they're unconscious. I do not allow that. So I don't know. I try. It's still, you could, and it's not easy to get over there and save them because you're in combat. And then what happens if, he gets knocked down? That enemy may go ahead and hit him again and try to kill him off.
Well, yeah, if it's a ghoul, I've told my players, right, if you get dropped by a ghoul, it is not going to stop. It's going to stop attacking everything else. Right. It's going to start feeding on you. Right. And I was like, yeah, you don't want to mess around with ghouls, because
that level,
it's like they will F you up and not stop, not pay attention to anything else, but they want to eat, they want to start feeding. And then the other thing that I did with ghouls was, for every hit point that they do to you feeding upon you, they're gaining hit points back. I let them regenerate from feeding.
Yeah. Whites. I actually was going to upload a video talking about the whites and level drains. Don't ghouls? No, they have paralysis on.
They have paralysis, but I started giving them in place of, like, I give almost all undead that consume flesh. Yeah. I give almost all undead the ability to regenerate their hit points by eating still living flesh.
Bosco, good to see you, brother. The way I look at it on whether or not when you get knocked down and you're out of combat, whether or not the enemy finishes you off or tries to finish you off or moves on to another target is solely dependent on their intelligence level too.
Yes.
Now, if they're smart, they may want to just go ahead and get that out of the way. Undead, if you get knocked down by undead, on most undead, they're going to try to. Like you said, they're going to go into feed mode.
Yeah,
because they're not thinking. They're just everything is instinct. So it all depends on what enemy you're fighting. To what they do when you get knocked unconscious. So I don't, and
hey Mac, how's it going?
You got to worry about too enemies that are spellcasters. Well, I cast fireball. Well, there you go. Yep. You're going to get caught in it. So, there's a million different things that can happen, and ain't none of them pleasant. Not in classic.
Yeah. And you as a dungeon master, it's really incumbent upon you to think of different ways that they're going to react, and not always do the same thing over and over and over again, but, just especially if they're thinking creatures. You have to put yourself in their, in their situation. They're not going to attack you stupidly. They're going to be very tactical. They're going to be, the smaller they tend to be much more conniving and whatnot. They're going to be, much more, maybe more cowardly when it starts churning on them. But beforehand, they're going to be very cunning. You know, you don't want to get on the wrong end of kobolds defending their lair when they're feeling fairly confident, right? Yeah, they will pick you apart. You know, death by 1,000 cuts.
I think that's one reason that, I mean, and we've seen a huge influx of 5e people moving down to the OSR just, because, being WotC. But a lot of the 5e players have a hard time handling the fact that, if you play it by the book, 0 is dead. They don't like that. They miss that safety net. And that's the thing about Old School Essentials, BX, AD&D First Edition, and probably Second Edition, and Beckney. There are no safety nets. Right. None. There are no safety nets. I mean, you could say, okay, First Edition, 0 unconscious, -10. I think that's when the safety nets started to slowly seep in. But BX and OSE, if you play them by the book, there are no. I mean, really, how gangster is a group with a DM that's 3d6 down the line, and that's how you roll? That's gangster. I mean, you don't even know what you're going to play until you roll your ability scores, and you're praying that you get a decent set of some kind of decent.
Yeah.
People are from 5e are like, what? I don't have an 18. What kind of damn system is this? I'm supposed to have at least 118, if not 2 or 3. Ain't like that down here. And if you think about it, that's that hero mentality. You're not heroes in Classic. Not starting out, you're not. You're heroes as you get leveled up in the mid and high levels. Starting out, you're just one step above a villager, a town. You've got armor and weapons. That's it. So, and they have a hard time dealing with that.
I'm looking at Mac's comments there. So, I don't think I have the Tomb of Horrors novel on, but I have tons of. I know it's an audio. Like you can get it on an audio.
I've got the Tomb of Horror on audio and EPUB, but I've never read it. How is that book? Is it any good?
I'm going to check into it and see. I'll get it on audio. I have the other one. Like I have a couple of the other ones. I have White Plume Mountain. That was pretty good in audio. I have Tomb of Horrors. Let's see. Let's see. Tomb of Horrors book on audio. So this is one. The book was
nope, spoiler. It was really good, guys. All right.
Yeah, I'll have to pick this one up. I'll have to pick up Tomb of Horrors.
Did you read it or was it audio book?
I'm gonna get it as audio. I didn't read it.
I like listening to audio books. I don't know. I think I get more out of it if I read.
Well, I drive almost 2.5 hours.
My brain
2 hours and 40 minutes a day.
My brain don't work like that. I can't be doing nothing if I'm listening to an audio book. I got to be just sitting here staring at the wall listening.
No, I can drive. No problem with it.
I can't.
Yeah. That's my thing is
I've got the Keep on the Borderlands audiobook.
It's a 10-hour and 16-minute book, so that would take me a week to listen to. That's not too bad.
Yeah, I think I'm going to move away from audio and just go back to reading because I get more covered. It's like, and most of the time that I'm listening to an audiobook, that's after I get a shower and I'm just laying in bed. I always fall asleep because my old ass can't stay awake. I was making a joke with Dan over from Arbiter's Archive that I said for the last week and a half I've been listening to chapter 9 in Dragons of Autumn Twilight because I keep falling asleep. I have to back it up and listen to it again. So I've read the books and the audiobooks are good. I I can't stay awake with them. I just doze off.
Yeah. Oh, I had listened. It wasn't White Plume Mountain. It was Descent into the Depths of the Earth by Paul Kidd.
I don't have that in audio, but I've got them on.
Yeah.
I got all the classic books on an EPUB format.
Yeah.
And I read them on a EPUB reader on my tablet. So, I mean, I've got hundreds of novels from Forgotten Realms. I got all the Greyhawk books. Dragonlance, Raven. I mean, all the Star Wars. So, but I've got more digital. I ran out of shelf space in Georgia, and I've just about run out of shelf space here. I'm gonna have to get me another bookshelf, and I got room to put another bookshelf right there. I may end up having to do that just so I've got more bookshelf room. So we'll have to wait and see. But and I didn't tell you this. So I ordered, because I don't know what happened to my Rule Cyclopedia. I had the hardback, and I don't know what I did with it. It's not, I've unpacked, so it's not, I don't have it anymore. I don't know what I did with it. So I went to order it off a drive-through, right? And I got the hardback. Well, naturally it takes them a damn month to get to your book to print it up. So it's like, your book has shipped. I'm like, yay, finally. I just wanted it to go on the shelf, right? And so when the package arrived, it was 2 book, sleeves or cardboard book things that they put them in. I'm like, what the hell is this? I said, I ordered 1 book. So I opened up the first one, and it was Greg Gillespie's Mega Dungeon Monster Manual that sells for like $30 or something, or $40, I forget. And I didn't even order that. And then I opened up the other one, and it was Baba Yaga's, some damn Baba Yaga. I got them both right up there on the top shelf. Baba Yaga, it's a witch book or something. I mean, I got like $90 worth of books, and I didn't order none of them. And so I emailed them, and I'm like, what the hell is this? Where's my book? So now, not only did I get those 2 books for free, but I'm getting my Rule Cyclopedia printed for free. So, well, I mean, I actually paid for the Rule Cyclopedia. So I'm just like, and they're like, well, we can refund you or whatever. I'm like, just give me my book, I done paid you guys $60-something for this with shipping. So yeah, whatever. Like I say, I got 2 free books out of it. And the Mega Dungeon Monster Manual is really cool. So, but with that being said, I have pre-ordered. Have you pre-ordered the new OSC books yet?
Yes. You mean the demonic ones? Yes.
No, I mean, well, yeah, that. And then did you get the new pre-order?
No, I'm gonna wait. Okay. I'm gonna wait. Because like I said before we came on, when I got the new versions of when I got the new printings of
it's
Castles
Mega
and Crusades
Manual.
Yeah, the Monster Manual. I was just, I told them about it. I did not like the fact that the table of contents is not, it's not fleshed out with the actual names of the monsters that are in there. It's just listed A through Z. Yeah. And to be honest with you, to me, that's unusable. So I want to see what this looks like. And they say it's fully compatible. I mean, I'm reading the details of it, and it says 100% compatible with the older books. I might just get the PDFs initially, or, I might just. I
think if you order, because I ordered the hardbacks, I think I get PDFs with them too.
Well, yeah, if you ordered, like, I didn't want to go too crazy with that as well. I wanted to watch the Kickstarter, and see where it's, where it stands, and what my funds were. Agile Monk just came out with an awesome Kickstarter. It's still live in there, and that was another thing. I was like, I got to back that, and got raring to go with that one as well.
Let me see.
I'm getting that with the T-shirt and the map and the and both books in hardcover. So that's one. I don't know if I can. Oh, maybe I can link it here as well.
Yeah, I don't think.
But I will take this opportunity, if you don't mind.
Try that. If you can't, send it to me in a DM, and I'll.
I should be able to do it. Let's see. So here we go.
Well, I got Nightbot in the channel, so let's see.
Let's see. I will put it up here, and I will put this in here.
Maybe you don't get banned or nothing. Be nice, Nightbot. Hey, it lets you do it.
There it goes. So
yeah, y'all check that out.
Definitely check that out.
He done a good job. And I'm looking on the pledge level for the new OSE revised books, and I do get the PDFs. So
yeah, I gotta double check because that was on was that on Kickstarter or Backer Kit?
Backer.
I think that's on Backer Kit. Let me take a look at it on Backer Kit.
Yeah, I get a PDF of the Grimoire and both OSE books. So
I mean, because I've been,
and I get a holographic demon sticker. Yay!
I've been busting my butt, working a lot of extra hours, getting ready for vacation, and so I, let me see. So your pledges and surveys. So old school demonic grimoire. Yeah, I just put in for the grimoire already.
Oh, I'll put it in my chat. Hang on, guys. I got
the add-ons or the monster deck. I don't know if I included the monster deck. Maybe I did.
Shit. I can't highlight it on. Send that to me in a DM where I can.
Which one?
The Kickstarter for Zendria, where I can put it in my.
Send it to him. Send it to you in
Hang on, guys.
So let me look here. Oh, private chat. Here we go.
Yeah, my guys are saying there it didn't show up, so I got you. Don't sweat it.
All right, yeah. So when you do it, it should show up.
Oh yeah, I'll do it in my chair. It is.
Yeah. So let me look.
Here you go, fellas and ladies. If we got any ladies in there, here, family. Say hey, family. Bam. There you go.
So,
make sure that link works.
I do have to say one thing is that I'm surprised that
is that
the
link
Old School
working?
Essentials Demonic Grimoire is not. I know it's far exceeded its thing, right? Oh, there's only 3 hours left. Well, I can always add those books on as an add-on, I believe.
Let's see. Let me see here.
I'm going to add it on later. I think you can always do add-ons after the pledge is closed.
Does that link work? In my chat, guys, somebody tell me. Yes, I watched it.
I don't see your link in there yet.
No, it's in my chat on my channel.
Oh, yeah, but I don't see it on this stream here. Like on the stream here.
Yeah, it should show up. Why is it not?
I don't see yours. I see mine. I don't see yours.
Let me hold on. Patience, fellas. I got y'all. Yeah, it works. Why is it not pulling up? I'm looking at it. What the heck? Hold on, guys. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I added on the cards. I don't think I've added on anything but the cards that came with them. And I don't see where I can add on more.
Why is it not showing up? I don't understand that.
Oh, here I go.
I'm spamming that in the black. I see it on my chat. What?
Yeah, I don't see it on my end.
What the hell? Get on Google and I don't know why. I don't know why. I've put it in there 3 damn times.
Yeah, no, I see them both on here. They're 40.
They're
$40. I'm not adding $80 to my pledge.
Let me boom. I'm gonna reconnect to the stream over here. And all right, let's try this one more time. Boom. I'll have to put it down in the description if it doesn't show up.
Yeah.
I'll put it down in the comment section and pin it.
Yeah, if you put it in comments, it should go because it recognizes you as the administrator of it.
No, I'm on my
No, do it right in StreamYard.
Yeah, well, see, but I can put it in StreamYard, but it's not showing up on my channel.
Oh, that's weird.
And I don't understand why it's not. See, it's not showing up. And I've put it in there 3. Whoops.
Okay.
Did not mean to. I done put it in there 3 times. I don't really. I suck at YouTube, and I guess. I mean, what the hell?
Hey, we'll get the word out there.
Get on Google. Type in wondrous and dangerous consortiums and Exandria World Lore book on Kickstarter. Wondrous and dangerous consortiums.
Let me see if I can put it on. I might be able to put it on mine, and it should show up on yours. And mine actually
no.
Put up the link as well.
The chat is picking up my channel and your channel and combining it on stream, but it's not picking up. Somebody say something in my chat because it's not even. What the hell's going on with YouTube? Oh, there it is. People are talking now.
All right. Hey, Mark the Shark. Good to see you. Yeah, I was able to post it on my YouTube, and it came over here again.
This don't make no damn sense.
Just that on my YouTube, because it's mine, it actually put the link where they can link it to. See, that's the difference. Is you need to put it in this chat on this screen here, not in your.
I mean, I can put it here and it'll show up, but they're not seeing that over on. Wait.
It says share your referral link.
Oh, it did show up.
Yeah.
What the hell?
There it is. Yep. Oop, there it is. I told you had to go in this
be
one.
Quiet. They're all success. Hey, but why can't I type in my own damn chat on my channel?
Oh no, no, you can't do that. Like on YouTube, you can't do that either.
Really?
You can't type in on your own chat, like your own thing, or not if you're using not if you're using another device.
That's crazy. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Now it's going to show up.
Yeah.
All right. Hey.
So yeah, definitely check that out, everybody.
Yeah, y'all.
I mean, it is phenomenal, and I will have before it comes to an end, I'm going to have Agile and most likely Mike and Ali and anybody else that they have working on the project on my channel. Maybe we could bring them on to the Grognard stream when everybody is back from conventions and everything, and we can all jointly stream it and just bombard them with.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have a Grognard
5 or 6 of us coming down on them. I think talking about the project
down for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and then on week 3. So next week you're going to be gone. So I don't know what the hell I'm going to do.
Yeah, next weekend I am at Central New York RPG Con. I will be there, and so is Jeff. So Tennessee Tabletop is going to be there as well. So is Dan. So Yeah, we're all going to be down there.
is
I
Dan
will
gonna
reach
be-
out to you that Friday night, and if you want to do a late night stream, I'll catch you Friday night.
Yeah, I figure when Dan going to be at New York.
Yes, Dan's going to be there. Jeff is going to be there.
I'm probably going to do an open mic night. Is what I'm going to do. I think.
Yeah,
I'm
going to do a recap that Sunday. That Sunday evening, I'm going to do a recap. That's
well, I got to sit down and talk with 3 new players in my group.
Nice.
And that's one thing that I forgot to bring it up earlier, talking about why I prefer old school essentials and BX is because it's easier to bring in brand new players. And
yeah, Mac, they're compatible with any OSR game system. I mean, there will be, and I'll let Agile.
But yeah, they are compatible.
Yeah, they're compatible. Anything OSR is compatible.
Oh yeah.
With it. There'll be some compatibility with like Shadow Dark, with Castles and Crusades, which once you include those two, OSC falls right into right into it as well. I'm most likely going to use it as my OSC setting. That'll be my OSC setting for 2027.
What's that?
Start firing up my new campaigns.
OSC?
OSC. Well, I'm going to be using the Zendria setting for OSC.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So yeah. I think it's going to be a big success. I mean, he's really done a fine job on it.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it is. I mean, we hit the remember on last Friday, we was like, somebody go and back it where we can get 200. He's up to 254 now.
Nice.
So he's rolling right along. Oh yeah, Exandria. I mean, I'm hard for me to pull away from World of Greyhawk, but I think Zendria is going to be a really nice addition to the OSR, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna be running two campaigns next year. So yeah, one is the City of Greyhawk. I'll be doing that, and then the other will be my OSC, and I'll be doing Zendria with OSC. So yep, Agile. That's where I'm going to be leaning. Is OSC and Zendria. And then we shall see. Yep. And I might even write the adventure for that too, because OSC has a pretty open model for third-party licensing as well. So they're pretty open, and Zendria is like by far one of the most not politically liberal, but one of the most liberal applications of an open gaming license and open source on top of that, which I've never seen that anywhere else. Like when I say open source, and when Agile and Mike mentioned open source, means that you can open up the source of like the world book, let's say the Zendria world book, and you can go in there. You're not just getting the PDF file that you can read. You're getting a digital file that you can open up and you can make your own changes to it. All right. That's a true open source that I've never seen anybody else do that. So yeah, you're going to have a lot of flexibility with that game world. Open content licenses is just unbelievable with it. And like I said, I've never seen that elsewhere. And if you look at my channel, you see that I'm looking everywhere. I see a lot of game systems, and that's something I've never seen before.
Yeah, that's the difference between our two channels. Is you're more diverse with the systems that you cover, or I'm more streamlined and focused.
Yeah. And I could benefit a little bit from being that. Although when I look overall, I mean, I have well over 100 videos on Castles and Crusades. So yeah, I definitely have a lot of content on Castles and
Well,
Crusades.
you can only cover what you know. I grew up with AD&D, Beckney, BX, OSE, second edition, first edition, and D6 Star Wars. Those are that's my wheelhouse. And I was one of those, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I didn't. And so I stayed with what I knew because I love those systems. I grew up with them. But what I was going to do is bring up a system or a setting that I've actually grown quite fond of. I've got all the books for it, and I got volume 1, 2, and 3. I got the player's guide and the class guide for Gods of the Forbidden North. That is when you go to reading in those books, that is a really cool setting. Really, I mean, it's just kind of like the whole world has went to hell, and you fled to the last place on the that you can go to, and that's up there in the Forbidden North where it's cold year round. Right. I mean, it's just the whole concept behind that. But I've started doing a lot of reading on it. So that I might delve into that for my next big campaign is Gods Forbidden. I mean, hell, it's what 1,600 pages just from the 3 books. It is a lot of. I got the PDFs. I weren't fixing to try to, because I don't see those hardbacks holding up well. I think they're all 3 like 500 to 600 pages. So I mean, they're probably that damn thick.
That's too big to bind, to be honest.
That's the reason I stuck with the PDFs. Just because. But yeah. That that's the first one I'm gonna run is, since I've got, and here's the joy, Rich. This is what's it just warms my heart. The group that I have right now. Well, I'm pretty sure the 3 guys that I've spoke with in Discord are going to be in it. So I should have a good solid 5 player. One of my guys, one of my core players had to bow out. He caught Wi-Fi aggro. But none of these 5 players know a thing about Against the Cult of the Reptile God. That's going to be my opening adventure in this campaign. I cannot, because how cool is it to find people that are not for me? And see, all 3 of these guys have limited it. They've only played just a little bit in 5e, and they didn't like it. And so they've found my channel, and they're in my Discord, and I'm going to have 5 players that know nothing about this adventure. I'm so excited.
That's cool.
I mean, because you can't find grognards that haven't read that book 3 or 4 times, front to back. You know all about it. I know all about it. But these fellas right here don't know jack about it. That's going to be so much fun. I'm excited.
Anytime I run those old adventure modules, I alter them so much that they're almost unrecognizable, from it, unless they memorize the maps. And even on occasion, I've changed maps too, so it's like remove sections of them, move sections to other sides and whatnot. So
I don't have to do any adjusting.
Yeah,
I can run it as it.
Yeah, that's nice.
Do it. I've done like additional side quests and stuff like that. But I can run it as is, and they don't know anything about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really
one of the things I'm going to do during this summer is, participating, or at least hopefully I'll still be participating with Eric Tankar's BX that he's going to be running, a virtual con, or just over the summertime, probably like the month of July and maybe a little bit into August. And we're going to run BX, straight, just rules as written. And I was like, if I'm going to do that, then I'm going to keep on the Borderlands as is, and just let them experience, keep on the Borderlands,
Well,
as it was really meant to be, and just let it, just see how long they last, and run it like a tournament, right?
What's so cool about Keep on the Borderlands is you can sandbox the hell out of the beginning. You can just drop 4 or 5 different level 1 through 3 adventures and just go boop, 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 and then sit back and see what your players do. And then once, say, well, they decide, well, let's go check out, this place, or, we want to go into because a lot of people with the Cave of Unknown or the Cave of the Unknown, they put the In Search of the Unknown. I think that's the name of B1, and they use that for B1. It just depends. But then once they go through that, then you can just kind of remove the others and drop something else in those places that are like level 3 to 4 and just turn them loose and let them do what they want. That's what's fun about Keep on the Borderlands. Yeah, I see. I got you, pal. Yeah. So I'm running Borderlands for my 10-year-old, my 9-year-old. Oh Lord, with Shadow Dark. Okay. Bringing the young ones in, into the OSR early. That's how we get the next generation playing OSRs. You bring them in early. So, yeah. And I was going to run Keep, but man, I couldn't pass up this opportunity with a fresh group of players and run Reptile God. I've never got to run that adventure, never. And I know it inside and out. I don't even need the book. I mean, I know everything. I've read that thing so many times, it's crazy. But so yeah, I mean, a lot of the campaign that I put together is homebrewed, but I think my next big one is going to be Gods of the Forbidden North. I'm really digging that setting, and it's OSC is perfect for that too.
Let's see.
See, my son, he doesn't play.
And someday he'll inherit my library. That's nice.
So I don't know who's going to inherit.
My kids want nothing to do with my library. My younger daughter actually says, "Oh, we're throwing that out." I was like, "Oh, please don't do that." I was like,
all that on them shelves. I have no. When I'm gone, I don't. Because my son don't play, my daughter don't play. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, I'll be gone, so who cares? But
yeah, I don't know. I told him, nope. There's thousands of dollars sitting behind me.
Many thousands. I can't even imagine how much money I've got invested in all them books. I mean, everything I've got on them shelves, other than the OSC, is out of print. Everything.
Yeah.
I mean, technically everything on them 5, and then this one over here are collector's items.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I was pricing some of this stuff on eBay for like.
You should establish an RPG library using as a trust. Yeah.
Yeah. I was looking on eBay and I got lucky because my monster manual was in really bad shape, and I went on eBay and found a brand new copy of Monster Manual, the first one, for $35. Somebody didn't realize how much money they could have made off of that brand new, never been opened. $35. I bought the hell out of it. Time I saw it, and it had just put it up. It hadn't been up for just minutes. I said, boop, and bought it. And it's sitting on the shelf behind me.
Oh, thanks a lot, Agile Monk. As a matter of fact, let me put out some free memberships out there.
Well, I can't do it because my channel's too young.
We'll get you there.
Yeah, I need what, 600 and some change watched hours to get that 3,000, and then
here's the first 5 for the month.
Then I can start giving away.
And there I go. And so Let's see.
Let's see who got them.
So the Forgetful DM, Nelson Reyes, Jacob Lane, Matthew Sherman, and Mark's Genre Mixer. Congratulations, all of you. Shadow and Sun, it's 4,000 hours and 1,000 subs. All right. And Shadow and Sun is approaching 4,000, I believe. So definitely check out that. Yeah, so definitely check out his channel as well.
People in my channel. Thank you, guys. I think my highest I've ever had is 27, and we're at 24. So, well, nice. It just shot down to 20.
Yep.
Up, down, up, and down.
Keep it. Oh yeah, that's like subs. You watch them go up and down, like because the system is always recalculating and everything like that. So it's
yeah.
Like,
I noticed that today.
It teeters around a lot, and then all of a sudden it'll go down 3 and then jump up 4 the next day or whatever.
Today it was at 716, then went to 717, back down to 16, up to 17.
Yeah, it bounces around a lot.
Back down to 16.
Yeah,
I'm like, wait a minute now.
Don't
People ain't
sweat on
my
that.
channel like that.
You know, I always value comments more so than anything because I can respond to comments. I can interact with comments, and comments can drive me to look at other things.
Yeah, I mean, my channel has grown organically. I mean, it's technically just. I think I hit the 5-month mark when I came back with a focus because I deleted everything after when I took that long year break with my father passing. I just deleted everything all the way back to the beginning, and I've just fresh started the channel from 5 months ago. And I mean, that's one thing I'll admit that our channel is a very, very active. I mean, when I post, and I need to post a new video. I haven't posted a new video this week because we've been, but I post a new video. I wake up in the morning and sit for 30 something minutes just answering comments.
Yeah,
because I try to answer everybody's. That's one, but I know eventually I may get too big to be able to do that. I mean, I ain't trying to say I'm going to get big. I'm just I do it for the love of the game. We ain't trying to be famous.
Yep.
I'm just I'm doing.
Yeah, no, it's a nice second hobby. I really enjoy it.
I've got a couple of big guests lined up. One is John Christian. He is the creator of the Vault of the Undying series for Dragonlance. It's got 11 modules that are out now, and number 12's coming out soon. And me and him's been talking. And then the second one I got is Trampus Whiteman. He is the creator of the Dragonlance Nexus website, and nice. He's the owner of the Facebook group for Dragonlance. It's got almost 20,000 members. So we're supposed to be doing something this month, both of them actually. And I'm trying to get a hold of Tracy Hickman. I really want to bring it, but I can't. He don't use Facebook, and he don't know. I don't know if he just doesn't look at Messenger or what. I can't get a hold of him. So, because I know Greyhawk Grognard had him on, and that would be a dream talking to him about the Chronicles novels. God, that would be a dream. And so I got plans. I just got to get them put in the motion. But
yeah, I got to bring more people on as well. I mean, I have people when they're doing like their Kickstarters and whatnot, and they come on, and that's but I haven't had a lot of people that are kind of like us, like just like fans and fans of the various things, like bringing on like people that are running like Facebook groups and stuff. That I haven't done. I know quite a few people that have done that. I might reach out to like Tom Veralt runs the Star Frontiers. I mean, he's been doing Star Frontiers alive and well on Facebook forever. And I should reach out to Tom and have Tom come on and talk about, running that Facebook group and everything. That would be, a good idea. So you've inspired me to reach out to some people that I haven't done so in the past, because it's not so much, they're not publishers or whatnot. And yeah, it's a good idea to reach out.
This campaign that I'm responding to Mac Thompson. He's planning on running the BAGD series, the I series too. And I don't know what's the I series.
The I series is Tomb of Horrors.
That's right. No, that's the S series.
Oh, the I series is. Let's look it up.
Mac, I'm gonna do the same thing, only instead of keep, I'm running Reptile God. And I like running Reptile God as the starter adventure, because it's already in the general area of the giants and all that.
Oh, Dwellers of the Forbidden City, Ravenloft are two of the, I guess, the main ones. It contains 14 adventures in the I series.
I6. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Pale Emperor said it too. I6. Yeah. I've played in a Ravenloft adventure, but it wasn't Strahd. It was one of the other ones. We was dealing with Mindflayer. It was like a level 9-ish adventure. We got sucked into
it is. Here's the I series. So is Dweller of the Forbidden City, Tomb of the Lizard King, Pharaoh, Oasis of the White Plain, Lost Tomb of Martek, Desert of Desolation, Ravenloft, Baltron's Beacon, Ravager of Time, Day of Alcabar, Ravenloft 2, The House of the Griffin Hill, Needle, Egg of the Phoenix, and that's it. 12 modules in the I series.
Let me look. I'm gonna see what I was on mine here. Hold on.
The ones that I have done,
first edition.
I've played and have run Tomb of the Lizard King. That's another favorite of mine.
There's actually 14 in that series, according to what I'm showing here.
This says 12. Oh wait, is 13 adventure? No, there's an adventure pack and then the Swords of the Iron Legion.
Yeah, there's 14 in that.
Yeah, the adventure pack is one of them. Yeah,
they're not all a series. It's just they were all printed under that logo or that label. But Mac, I'm doing the same thing, only I'm starting out with Reptile God. So an A. Oh, the A series, Slave Lords. I'm not going to run Slave Lords on mine. We're too far on the other side of the continent. So my second stage after Reptile God is a homebrew. It's actually a 5e adventure. But it's printed by a third party. What's his name? If I can find his name. Okay, I give up. I don't know what his channel was. I'm subscribed to him. Stephen Garrett. I'm running Shadow of the Mountain and then Into the Dark. I love those. The story. I love the story for both of those. So I've converted them to OSE, and I'm gonna run those as my second stage in the campaign. Then we'll see. I'm just gonna this campaign is gonna last years if I keep the group together. So we're just gonna play. And but I told, because that's our biggest thing is, we've had games fall apart, and I'm like, it's not going to happen this time. If we lose a player, I'll pause the game till I pick up another one,
right?
And then we'll fire it back up again. So this time it's going to be different. So, but I'm digging it. I mean, I think since I've come back in the last 4 or 5 months and just threw myself into OSE, I mean, I'm really having the time of my life because I mean, I'm financially stable now. So I went to buying the core books for, I bought the 2 bundles and then I bought all 4 core books. And now I've got the new ones released. I'm all in on OSE now. And like I say, it's perfect for, and bringing in new players. I mean, that's one of the great joys of DMing adventures is running it for newer players that are experiencing it.
Yeah.
So
they have a lot of products out there. Actually, they have a lot of adventures that are
I'm not a huge fan.
Adventures and stuff. They have the small. I love the carcass crawlers. I love the fact that they have a team that
we should be getting a new one.
Different ways that you can mess around with the game. Adding optional rules and such. So I think it's one of the most organized and well put together game systems. Compared to others that are out there, I put it really right up there, and definitely I think the top 5. Packaging, rule system, all of that combined up, I would definitely put OSC in the top 5.
OSC for me is number 1 right now, but I do have the one complaint I have about the OSC books is the size. I don't like the small.
Oh, really?
I don't like. That's one reason I use my PDFs a lot of the times because I'm not a big fan of the small books. I wish they were regular size. I don't know what prompted them to go with the small books. What was behind that? But I mean, it's not like a turnoff or anything. I mean, I'm still all in.
Yeah, I like digest sized. I do. I like them, but I have very limited shelf space, so digest size works well because I could put them on my small bookshelf as well.
Later, Mac.
Good night, Mac.
Well, like when I run, which I mean, right now I'm just running online. But when I do run a game around a table, my laptop is my DM screen because I'm using PDFs because it's so much easier with hyperlinks and OSC books where you can just say, I'm not 100% sure. Let me find it. There it is. Boom. And go right to it. Whereas with regular books, you're just flipping, trying to no. So I don't even use I never ordered the referee screen for OSC because I use my laptop for, my screen. And I always have my PDFs. It's like when I'm running my online Roll20 games, I've got my PDFs pulled up on my left monitor. So, and see what we're going to do is I'm not going to live stream or not this one, but what I want to do is as I'm running it after each session, I want to schedule a live stream and put it in my group chat where my players are at and be like, Friday night, 8:00. If you want to join, we're going to sit around and do a session recap and let the players come in. And then we just sit around for a couple hours and just talk about the last session. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yep.
So
yeah, those are good. I like recaps. I like recaps better than watching like live plays. If I'm going to sit there and watch somebody play for 4 hours, I'm going to run a game for 4 hours. I'm saying it's like, to me, it's a better use of time for me to run a game than it is to watch somebody playing a game.
In my entire life of watching live streams, I've watched 2, and I can't remember that channel's name, but they run Reptile God, and it lasted like 4 sessions, and I watched that whole thing. And then Jarl of Goats, he run and even though I don't like the Fantasy Flight game Star Wars system, I watched his live stream, and what he done is he done his each week. He had 4 videos or live, he broke it down. He didn't live stream, he done videos, and he broke them down into 1 hour increments. So I was able to, and I like that. And he had a really good story too. So those are the only two that I've ever watched. It's got to be a special live play for me to be able to sit through it. And
yeah, I haven't found a live play that I can actually sit through the whole thing. And, it's just it's just, like I said, for me, that's a waste of my time. I'd rather run a game.
I'd rather run a game. I 100% agree. You took the words right out of my mouth. I'd rather be the one running the game than sitting there watching somebody else.
It's like,
I mean, I want to watch somebody, but I'm a big Star Wars fan, and I knew Jarl of Goats. Can't remember his real name, but I knew him. I've talked to him multiple times, and so I just one day I just sat down and started watching his live or his playlist, and I was just like, this is really good. So I don't know, but the game ended up falling apart. I was all sad. So that's another thing too. You watch a live stream, and oh my God, it's fantastic, and then all of a sudden it's just dead. What the hell?
Yeah, games. I know Shadow and Son, if he's still on, Shadow, had a live stream this morning when he was talking about, why do games, why do campaigns fall apart? And I think Eric Tenkar recently, maybe today or yesterday, was talking about the same thing, like how come campaigns fall after 5th level? They fall apart after 5th level, and I think there's a variety of reasons why that happens. For me, myself, like my personal experience with campaigns that have fallen apart, is that I think it takes me about 12 sessions to see all of the flaws of a game system.
Yeah.
And then no longer, like, I just lose my enthusiasm over running that game system.
Yep.
And there's other game systems that I will go back to because there was far more positives in them, but the ones that I'm like, I just don't like this system anymore.
Yeah.
And I know I bring my my players, like Shadow and Son is one of my players, and I kind of brought them through that kind of a process where start and stop and change this and change that. And sometimes I find myself looking to capture that lightning in the bottle a second time, because my AD&D first edition campaign lasted for 2 years and 3 months of every week running a session with only like maybe 5 interruptions during that time. But back then I used to make up the game session that same week, unless it was on vacation kind of thing. And I haven't been able to capture that lightning in the bottle again, even though 80% of my players are the same group of people.
Right.
We just haven't found the game system that I can string that together or they can fully buy into. So now I'm looking at, it can't just be one game system. I got to bring like 4 game systems into one thing to try to create what I think is, the best of Frankenstein's, game system, and
I mean,
and hopefully it works out and everything. At least now I know what I'm bringing into, whether Castles and Crusades is the core, but what I'm bringing into it from the other game systems, I think are all positive enhancements. And I think I'm at the point now, looking at it and thinking it would be very hard for me to just stick to one game system and say, this is all I'm going to run raw without bringing other ideas into it, at this point. So, I think campaigns fall apart for a lot of reasons. And a lot of times it's just the game system just doesn't hold it up well enough.
Yeah, I do. I use house rules from mainly AD&D first edition. And that's something that I was looking at. I was talking to Dan about when this new OSC system comes out, I'm gonna sit down and probably do live reviews or I don't know if I'll do streams or just do videos and just review the books over time. But I don't know if I'm gonna switch to the new system. I'm gonna have to wait and see what they do with the rewording and getting away from the OGL. I may do like I'm doing now, because see, I bring in classic, I do the racial classes, so I bring that in. I'm mainly running advanced right now. That's about what I use.
Right.
And what I may do with the revised system that's coming out this year is I may just pull what I like and just stick with what I know.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with advanced. And just like if they do any cool stuff in the new books, I'll just, I might bring in some new house rules.
Yeah.
I don't know yet. I mean, it's kind of annoying because we don't know what's coming. I wish we did, but we don't. So we really don't. People, like I say, I've had a couple in comment section of my past videos, like, well, they already said they're going to do this and do it, but you don't know how they're going to do it.
Right.
Yeah, okay. I know. I can read too. I know what it says on the website, but we don't know how they're going to. It's kind of like when you was talking Troll Lord Games, when they moved away from the OGL. You don't know how they're going to do it.
Right.
And that's what worries me, which it doesn't really worry me because I'm fine right here where I'm at with advanced, So we're going to have to wait and see what they do. Whether or not I move over to the new revised OSC or I stick with what I got. Because they're going to be renaming things, and I think there's going to be a lot of spells that they're going to have to rename. I think that's one of the big things they're going to have to do the renaming with.
I think that there, in some cases, like I was just watching an interview of oh God, I'm going to forget his name now. The guy that wrote Sword and Wizardry. Finch, Matt Finch, and it was like, yeah, you could use Magic Missile, you can use those things. None of those things are, they've all been put into Creative Commons. They're, so you can still use those. But I think a lot of people, thank you, Angelo. It took me, my 59-year-old brain couldn't pick that up yet. But I think many people are erring on the side of caution, and so they're changing names that they don't necessarily have to, just because, much like they sue regularly. Wizards of the Coast is pretty litigious, and they like to send Pinkertons after people. So I can get it that they're.
You can tell Necrotic Gnome does not like WotC with the way that they worded some stuff. How I'm trying to find it now. Is OGL free? You may recall, listen to how they worded this. They done it in a very professional manner, but you can tell the contempt. You may recall the controversy in 2023 around WotC's attempt to revoke the OGL, upon which many old school RPGs are based. In response to this legal peril, we've completely re-edited OSC's text to be able to publish the game outside the OGL. This has no effect on the rules of the game, but makes OSC more resilient, blah, blah, blah. Wait a minute. They've reworded it. They've took it. Yeah, they have reworded that. It's not the same thing as what I read about a month ago, because they had in this same, that's where I got to the end. I'm like, wait a minute, where is it at? You could tell just the contempt that they had for WotC, and it was in the final sentence. That sentence ain't there no more.
Oh.
I think
you can find it on our archive.
Nice. We don't want
to find it on archive.
Yeah, I think they might have removed that. So WotC would look here, we don't want to poke the bear. Let's just take that, because it ain't in there no more. I forget how it was worded, but you could just feel the contempt in the way that they worded it. But it was borderline being, smart assy. But they
Wayback Machine.
But it ain't in there no more. Damn, I wish I had a screenshot of that where I could.
The Wayback Machine. No, I Monk just put it up there.
Oh,
There's a website called the Wayback Machine.
Yeah, I've heard of that. I ain't even thought about that.
I haven't heard that said in God, like probably 2 or 3 years.
There was one sentence at the very end of that section to where when I read it, I was like, "Ooh, shots fired."
Yeah,
but it ain't there no more. So
yeah, you'll find it.
I mean, it ain't a big deal.
Nothing gets lost. Yeah. Getting back to some of that conversation, like lazy players and everything like that. That's another thing I have to get back into playing and becoming a better player, because I think that I'm so far removed that as a game master, I don't know what to look for or expect from good play. And so, or to encourage, or to, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I think you have to be a player for a bit too, and get back into that and learn, like, oh geez, I do a lot of these, bad behaviors as well, just to get myself out. Like we used to say in teaching, we used to say there's no worse students than a classroom full of teachers. All right. And that's an absolute fact. I mean, when we're sitting in the seats and learning and everything, we're doing all the crap that we harped on our students not to do. You know what I'm saying? It was like, literally, I've seen teachers passing notes to each other, and it's like, really? I was like, because I was always like a bit older than the newer teachers too. So, when I see, 22, 23, 24-year-old teachers passing notes to each other, myself as a, at the time I was, 28 when I first started teaching. And I was like, that's just bizarre to me. But teachers make terrible students. And I think that, maybe DMs need to, or game masters, whatever you want to call it, need to get back into the player's seat and the player's mindset, and try to see it again from their perspective, and then get back into your GM say, so I need more opportunities to play. So I'm looking forward to getting into one of your games, one of your campaigns, Shadow, if Shadow is running something or getting ready, because I know he said this morning that he's thinking of getting back into running a D&D game. So I'll be looking for something like that as well. And, and maybe even, someone else's game. I'd love to try some other genres of games as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what to do with myself if I could actually be a player. I mean, I don't even remember what it's like to be a player.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like when you get so far removed from it that you don't know what to look for, from players, because you're just constantly in the DM seat. It's I think it's good. So I've been doing it more so at conventions now, and I've changed my whole outlook at conventions, because I used to go to conventions and run, 5 sessions at a convention and then maybe play in 2. Now I'm splitting my time up more like 50-50. I've learned from past experience, like my first game of a convention is never one I'm running, because I don't like to get there and then have to set up and run a game. I'd rather get there and play in a game. And my last one is as a player, because I don't need to be talking constantly and then, driving home with a sore throat and, and spooking my family. It was, oh, you came home from a con sick, it's like, no, I just spent the last 4 hours talking over the sound of everybody else talking at the same time. So it's a way to, you gotta just get yourself into the player seat.
I did the math, because I always say 45 plus years, but I was playing in 77, so that's 49 years I've been playing this game.
Yeah.
And you started in 77, didn't you?
77 or 78. So either 10 or 11 years old.
So
I would say it's 78.
So next year, because I'm only a couple months older than you.
Yeah.
So next year I hit my silver anniversary with the game. Yay!
Nice.
But I have been a player one time in 49 years, and that was the very first time I played. That was it. I've been DMing ever since. I played that campaign for 3 years, and then when we were military brats, and when his parents shipped back to the state, I went and picked up the DM book and went to DM, and then I ain't never played since. That's why I say somebody, who was it, said something about there's not enough moving parts to keep a person busy that's a forever DM as a player. You're just sitting there playing that one character, whereas as a DM, you're running the whole story, the whole show, and it's a big change. What I would really like, and I've been looking, they just ain't there. I haven't found any good ones on Roll20. I want to get into a D6 Star Wars game as a player.
I would love to also.
Absolutely
love to.
I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Well, tomorrow is the first time that I'm playing Mothership and Pirate Borg, so I'm super stoked for it. I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, we are pushing up.
Yep, we're coming up on the 2-hour mark. So, so again, this was our inaugural live stream as a team. We're usually on Friday nights with the Grognards Assemble.
Yep.
This is a special edition of what we're going to be doing on a regular basis. Just haven't picked out a day or a time, so just be open to some changes. And but overall, this was the Rick and James show.
I'm sure we'll have more in the future.
And we'll definitely have more. And we'll
all things OSD.
A day and time that works in there, and we won't always focus on OSC. As you can see, we did focus quite a bit on OSC, and then we rambled on. But that's just
usually
watching what you guys are talking about, and chiming in on that as well. And I really do appreciate the comments and everything, because that steers the conversation, and a lot of good conversations going on. So thank you all for your input. It's great to see that many comments on a live stream. So that's very helpful to us.
Yeah, I've been in the mid-20s all night on mine. I love my community. My computer, I've got a really active community. I cannot keep up with them. Normally, when me and Dan are streaming, I cannot keep up with chat. I just can't, because we'll get on these good questions, and while we're talking about those questions, the chat's just steady rolling by. But Rich, what you got coming up? Tell everybody what you got coming up in the next week or so.
Well, like I said, I have 2 conventions coming up. So tomorrow I am at AutoCon. It's a very small convention here in Pleasant Valley, New York. About 75 to 90 people. We'll see, but this might be the year they break 100. But and as I said, I'm going just as a player, so I'm playing Mothership and then Pirate Borg. Then next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday morning, I will be at Central New York RPG Con. That's following a Conan the Barbarian theme. So we're starting off, and I decided that I was going to play mostly adventures set in the Hyborian Age. So I'll be running Shadow Dark, an adventure that I wrote a couple of years ago, and I've run it extensively. It'll be the last time I'm running that adventure. I've run it about 13 times in conventions so far, so I've kind of, it's run its course. So that is set in that is set in Azure. It's mostly a wilderness adventure. Then I'm also running another Shadow Dark game, kind of like a Halloween-esque kind of game. And then I am running Hyperborea 3rd edition, an adventure modeled after Red Nails, keeping up with the Conan theme. And my 4th and 5th games I'm playing in 2 games. And I keep on forgetting what those 2 games are. So I'm running 3 and playing in 2. And I'm really looking forward to it.
Good deal. Let's see. Over here on my end, we're going to be streaming tomorrow night. And since Dan's not going to be with me, I'm just going to do an open mic stream where I'll bring up to 3 guests on at one time. We'll have 4 cams going if anybody wanted to join. That'll be at 5 p.m. tomorrow, and it'll run at least until 7, depending on, how it picks up and if we get any guys on that want to join and talk. And then Sunday, I'm going to do another 5 p.m. These are Eastern time too. I'm going to do another 5 p.m. stream where we talk about we're going to do a little 5e bashing Sunday and talk about how they've hired dozens of sensitivity consultants.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw your thumbnail for that.
I mean, you can't make this stuff up.
Yeah.
So
I'll try to catch that, and then I'm doing my live stream Sunday night at 7. So 7 Eastern time, where I'll be doing a recap of the con. So I know someone had asked, probably Agile, he wants to know about my experience with both Mothership and Pirate Borg, and so I will be doing that during that session, plus sharing a lot of pictures and everything from the convention as well.
I'm gonna try to release a couple of videos next week, focusing on old school essentials too. Probably another month or so before I fire my campaign up with my group on Roll20, so I don't really have anything to report on that. I can't really talk about it because I don't want to throw out any accidental spoilers. So I got things coming up, and I got some big interviews coming up that I've already talked about. So I don't have dates on all this stuff. It's just we're preparing. So I like I say, I try to stay focused on just old school essentials. That's pretty much what I talk about on my channel. And we got a really active Discord community too. We're starting to get a lot of people in there. Pale, I saw you join a while ago, so welcome, brother. Already got your role done. So I like I say, I'm not in any games right now, and I'm hoping that'll change here shortly. So yeah, we'll see how things go. But Rich, it's been a lot of fun.
Yep. Thanks a lot, James. It was a lot of fun, and thank everybody. Thanks everyone for coming in and participating and giving us some ideas and stuff like that, some things to talk about, and we'll see. We'll see our next show. We'll see what comes up during the interim couple of days that we have before we get back into strolling into the latter part of next week before my next convention. So I'll definitely keep in touch, James, and we'll see what we're going to come up with sometime later on next week.
Yeah,
we will hammer down a day and a time that we can do another stream.
Between our 2 channels, we've been hovering around 45 viewers.
Good.
With both of our channels. So we've got a big show out tonight. So I appreciate everybody, both channels. If you haven't subscribed, my guys, go check out DM Bloodsworth. I've posted the links. They're not too far up, chat. You can see them. And I posted mine, RPGrandPa Tabletop. we take everybody that wants to pop in and hang out with us, and the Discord is an open Discord. Just if you join, one thing because I've had a couple of Bosco. He didn't have his notifications on, so I was like, "You got to tell me who you are, and how you found my Discord," because I just banned somebody named Dimension. Come to find out, Dimension was one of those that like to get in there and sell their stuff. And
the starving artist.
So now I have a standing rule in my Discord that which I know you, so I didn't have to grill you, but you got to tell me who you are and how you found my.
I do
channel.
exactly the same thing.
And that's all you got to do, and then I'll put the roll on you for YouTube, and your family. Then that's all you got to do. So it's easier if you just do it when you join in the welcome channel. Just put in there, "Hey, I'm from your YouTube channel," or "I'm from Richard's YouTube channel, and I just wanted to see what was going on," whatever. And wham bam, quick and easy, no problems. But that's all we got tonight, I think, guys. My old ass is ready for bed.
Everyone have a great night. Have a great weekend. And check us both out. We'll both be back on, James will be here tomorrow night, and I'll be back on Sunday evening giving you a convention recap.
Yeah, like I say, I'll be doing 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock live streams. That 3 back to back to back. So I haven't done that, but I haven't done 3 back to back to back before. So I'm old. We're gonna try and see how that works out. I figure I got to do something because I haven't uploaded any videos this week, and so I might as well go ahead and knock out 3 streams and just hang out with folks. Tomorrow night will be fun. Open mic night. Last time we had open mic night, we had like 5 or 6 people in. So that was fun. So anyway, we appreciate you guys. We're going to shut this rascal down. Rich, I'll holler at you in Discord, and we'll see everybody tomorrow night on RPGrandPa Tabletop. Thank you for hanging out with us. It's been a lot of fun, and we'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.
Take care. Good night, everyone.